Welcome to Garden Wise Adventures. My name is Malie, and I'm sorry about the background noise, but it's late in the evening on a Saturday. It's been a day full of work. I'm a little bit of a mess, but I wanted to show you what I've been up to. This is the second video in a series that I've been doing on my front yard redo. So let's kind of recap what we did last week. Okay, so the last couple of weeks have been spent killing grass. I am not taking the grass out. I feel it turns into soil fertility. I dug trenches around the edge of the grass so that we could have the topsoil and the mulch fall into that trench rather than all over the sidewalk and the driveway. I removed my chase tree and I planted one plant just because I was excited. And that's my little fig, just right up there. I am really excited about this little fig tree. It's already giving me baby figs. Today I've been trying to lay out what this bed is going to look like. I got some fantastic plants from Progressive Plants and a few other places. And I'm just kind of experimenting with where they might go. And let me kind of show you what I'm going to be planting. And I won't be planting in this video, I'll plant in another video. We've got some boring jobs to do in this video. But first I'll show you the plants. First thing we have is my lemony lace elderberry. This is going to get 4 feet tall and wide, give a beautiful pop of color right on this corner. I had some flagstones. I wanted to see if I had enough to finish a path to that gate. You know, I dug them out of another part of my yard where they were unseen and unused. We'll have to see if this works. And if I do a path, I'm going to have to do it properly, and that may go in later. Just wanted to see how many stones I had. We have a laced up elderberry. So this is a black elderberry, and it will serve as a pollinator for the lemony lace elderberry. Maybe I'll get some berries, maybe I won't. I don't know if they're going to be good or not. A couple of the plants I'm really excited about. I have some honeyberries. Now they did not arrive in what I would consider optimal condition, but they're going to work. This one's leafed out. It had no leaves on it when I got it. This is an Aurora hacksap or honeyberry. It's a replacement for blueberries in this part of the world. Our soils are too alkaline to grow blueberries. This honeyberry was in a little bit better condition. This one is called an indigo treat. So I'm really excited about these. Now this honeyberry, the Aurora, seems like it'll get a little bit bigger. I may end up putting this one over here. But they get, generally speaking, about 5 feet tall and wide. So I need to decide if we have enough room in this area for 2 plants that are 5 feet tall and wide. Next thing I have is my Autumn Miracle. I think it's Autumn Miracle. Let's see here. Autumn Magic. Yeah. It's an Autumn Magic chokeberry. It's almost finishing flowering and it's setting its little fruit. Now the fruit is edible, but from what I've heard, not tasty unless you put it in preserves. But this is going to be about 6 feet tall and 5 feet wide. It's going to be gorgeous color in the fall. So we have the black. These will be yellow in the fall, just your average yellow. This will be brilliant red. And then we're going to move to my brand new chase tree. Now I got a hardier version. It's not going to have as deep a blue flowers. It's already starting to flower. You can see how pretty that is. And this one will get about 15 feet tall and wide. Now I can probably keep it down to 10 to 12 feet tall and wide if I work at it. And so I was going to put this in the center right here. Next, we have some more of my Glow Girl spireas that I love so much. I'm still working on placement of those. I kind of like the placement of these. I'm going to have to work on this one. The grass is, and I cannot pronounce it for the life of me, it's a switchgrass. It's roaster Bach or something like that. But anyway, this switchgrass will slowly start to turn red throughout the summer and then be reds and purples in the fall. And it'll have pink flowers, supposedly, or seed heads. I guess they don't have flowers, they have seed heads, and that'll be gorgeous. My Autumn Jubilee 9-bark will fill out now that the chase tree is not pushed up against it. And then I have a very special tree, narrow tree, being grown right now that I will share when it is ready. And that's going to be planted there. I've got some brand new lavender. I'm going to tear out this lavender plant. So I've got 2 little tiny brand new lavender plants. I'll show you those in just a minute. So these are the lavenders that I got. They are called Wee One. They're going to get, if you can see that, 10 inches tall, 16 inches wide. And they're going to be very tiny. So I think this will be better around the mailbox. The next thing I'm going to do is tear out these irises and then replant them so they're a smaller clump. I love them so they're not going away. They'll just be reduced. And then after I'm done with that, I can come through and, after I've planted everything, I could come through and look and see what perennials I would like to add. Now, one thing I have to think about, and other thing, when you're doing planting, you have to look at everything that affects that planting area. Now, we have an old truck that gets parked in this spot right here. And for me to be able to get in and out of the garage, the truck is parked right up on the edge of the driveway. So there needs to be room and a flat space that's not muddy for whoever's driving the truck to exit. And this is the area where we pile up the snow in the winter. So I can't put big bushy plants here. So I figured this area is going to be low-growing plants, ground covers, or perennials that die out over the winter. So, piling snow is not going to be an issue. We have our pile of topsoil here. Now this is a good topsoil blend. It's compost mixed with topsoil, and I didn't want to put just compost down because compost gets eaten up by the microbes and slowly but surely disappears, and you'll get subsidence. So which means that the level is going to gradually decrease. If it's topsoil, then we're not going to have that much of an issue with that. That will just stay, at a nice level, and that's a good dark topsoil. So I think this will be great. And once I'm done with everything, we're going to get some mulch and put the mulch over the top. So today I wish I could plant, but I have to take care of something else first, and let's show you what that is. Now if you look here, I had to do some digging, but we have spray heads that we're spraying the lawn. We have one here. We have one here that I've put the retrofitting on already, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. And we had 5 total. Watering a shrub bed with spray heads is going to defeat the purpose I have of reducing my water use. So what I'm going to do, and I'll link some videos from Alex from Grow How about drip conversion, is I'm going to convert this entire bed. All my spray heads are going to be capped off, and this is going to be converted to a drip zone, which means the area behind that gate, which is also in this zone, I'll be capping off the sprinkler heads back there. I've already killed off the grass, and I'm just going to put a rock mulch down. Back there is where the dogs live, and there's no need for grass around the garage area. Let me show you how to cap off the spray heads. Now I've already done this one to see if it would work, but this is a 1/2 inch cap. This is the spray head, and it just unscrews. So let's show you how I did this on another spray head. This is really easy. The hardest part is digging up your irrigation head, but the whole thing just twists off. Now, one thing you need to be really careful about is not to get dirt in the system while you're doing this. Now this is the bottom one on the system, so we have some water leaking out, but I'm just going to twist this cap on. I probably should be using plumber's tape, and after this video I may go through and put plumber's tape on all of them. make sure it's on tight so we don't get any leaks. And there we have a capped off spray head. Now let's show you what we have here. Here's where the sprinkler head was, the old sprinkler head. And here is my new fitting. I'm using Rainbird, and this is a drip irrigation retrofit. Inside here we have a filter and we have a pressure regulator. Now if you're going to be doing a drip system, it is very important to absolutely have pressure regulator and a filter. If you don't, you're just going to destroy your system. And you cannot run drip and spray heads at the same time, so you need to cap off all of your spray heads. You can actually use more, if you have a larger area that's covered in one zone, you can use more than one of these retrofits. So these are very easy. I just screwed this on. I'm probably going to have to go back and do the plumber's tape, like I said. I'll definitely do the plumber's tape on this. You just go in here. Okay, so now this little area, this little piece at the top is so that we can put drip tube on it. It came with, let me see. It came with a T-fitting, and then it came with just a fitting for one-sided. Now, I am not going to put the drip tube together right now. I'm going to have to spread the topsoil first. I want to spread the topsoil and then have the drip tube on top of that, and then I'll put the mulch on top of the drip tube. So now all I've got to do is get this large pile of mulch moved, and we will talk to you about the next steps after I'm done. So if you're doing your own yard renovation, let me know in the comments and tell me what you're doing. I think it's really exciting. So if you've liked this video, like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and go have a wonderful garden adventure.